About a month ago, I made a video where I tested out making money writing for Medium.com. We talked to some people who are pretty successful in this, and I posted 5 articles myself, but they only made about 4 cents in the week that they were up. But now it's a month later, and I mean, you've seen the title, so clearly things have changed. So today we're gonna break it down, and I'll show you guys exactly how much these articles earned. Okay, real quick, one short thing before we jump into the earnings. I finally am launching a podcast. It's called Millennial Life Crisis. It's with my sister Monica. If you're new here, I have a twin sister. We're doing the podcast together. Go subscribe to it on the podcasting app or Spotify or wherever you like to listen to podcasts. Go subscribe now, hit that little button so when we upload the first episode, you'll be alerted. If you want to know all the details of what it's about, go listen to the trailer and let's get back to the video. If you haven't watched the first video, I would definitely recommend you do that, or this one might be a little bit confusing. You may remember from the first video that I submitted 3, I think, of the articles to publications. So it's a month later, let's take a look at how some of these have done. Let's start by taking a look at the first article that made it into a publication. So this is the one with the lowest earnings. The article was about prefabs, and I talked about how they were like the houses of the future. So it was accepted into the startup, which has over 600,000 followers, so I was excited to see how this was gonna do. So I ended up getting this email that my article was accepted, actually the exact same day I uploaded the Medium video, so that's kind of funny. So taking a look at the analytics, it only got a couple thousand views, which was kind of surprising. I really thought it was gonna get more. I think that it was published by them, but it wasn't featured. It must have been like really far down there. It only ended up getting 2,000 views, but for those 2,000 views, it made $20, which is actually really good. If you had posted that on YouTube, it would have made like $5. So this one, you know, it made like above minimum wage. The next one that got accepted to a publication was the article I wrote about the $1,500 fitness mirror. So this one was accepted into a publication called 10, which is actually ran by Medium. It has 140,000 followers, so quite a bit less than the startup. So this article ended up getting 10,000 views, quite a bit more than the one published by the startup. So it doesn't, you know, always matter if you're submitting to the one with the most amount of followers. So we can see with the 10,000 views, it has earned $141. Not bad for an article I wrote in under an hour. I think most people would take it, right? Like that's better than most jobs. It's probably better than the hourly rate I spend a lot of times, you know, making my YouTube videos with just AdSense. And this one actually still does get some views. It earns a few dollars a day, which isn't much, but over time can definitely add up. This one does continue to get, you know, some more views. I could see it eventually getting to like $200 or more. So those 2 articles, pretty good. It proves that you actually can make money on Medium, not 4 cents like from the first week. But this next one is absolutely unbelievable. I could not believe it when I saw how much it was making. So the article that really popped off and did the best was the one about how much I make from 1 million views on YouTube. This article only took me 1 hour to write. Granted, I had done a ton of prior research for the YouTube video, and that's why it only took an hour. Otherwise, it probably would have taken a few. So I published this article on April 3rd, and we can see that really for the first 17 days, it made like nothing, you know, maybe 50 cents a day at best. Then a full 2 weeks actually after I posted the article, 10 published this one to their publication as well. So after 10 published it, it got about 10,000 views again, and it had made over $200. And I was like, yeah, this is awesome. $280 it made. For an hour of writing, I was like, shoot, this is great. I had no idea what was in store. So then a little later, I got this email from Medium saying they selected my article to be featured in 3 different topics. So it said it was gonna be featured across the homepage, app, topic pages, and to people's emails. And this is really where things got crazy. Medium curated my article, so it's like going viral by Medium standards. I'll show you. So it's like on the homepage of Medium, I think, and it's at 100,000. So the earnings really started going crazy here. On the day that I'm editing this, it's made over $6,000 in total. The first day, 85,000 views, it made $1,300. The next day it continued, it got another 80,000, another 1,300. It just continued on, and now it's made $6,000. Even now, 2 weeks after the article was curated, it's still been making close to $200 each day.
So I think it's safe to say that yes, it is definitely possible to make some money on Medium. So obviously this article that made $6,000 is not the typical, it's like, most of them aren't gonna do that, but I do think it's possible to happen every once in a while.
From what I found in my own data and from talking to other Medium users, earnings follow the Pareto principle, which, if you're not familiar, is basically just the 80-20 rule, that 80% of the results come from just 20% of the input. We can see this to be true in the last video when Zuli showed us her first month's earnings. Of the about 30 articles she wrote, just 5 accounted for most of the earnings. I also find this to be true with YouTube earnings. Usually, of the hundreds of videos on my channel, the bulk of the earnings comes from just like 5 to 7 of them.
I think this is really the case with anything creative. Medium is no exception, and it's really good to know because otherwise you'll get caught up when something isn't performing as well as another, when that's actually perfectly normal. Not everything is gonna go viral.
There's one thing that's been brought up to me that I want to talk about in this video also, and that's if my YouTube video or channel gave me an advantage or boost over anyone else that started writing for Medium without a YouTube channel. Basically, I got a comment from someone suggesting that perhaps Medium found my video and then decided to bump my articles.
I mean, maybe? Let's talk about this. With my first article that made it into a publication, I really don't think my YouTube channel had anything to do with it. This article made it into the publication just a couple hours after I posted the video. I highly doubt they saw the video in that time. The article had nothing to do with the video. I think it was just kind of a coincidence that it was on the same day.
Additionally, the publication that posted it, the startup, it's not run by Medium, it's just run by this guy. So it's not like Medium really saw the article most likely.
With the other 2 articles, I do think this is more possible. For one, it made it into publications that are run by Medium itself. So yeah, I'm sure they maybe had the thought that if I do well on Medium, I'll talk about it again, and you know, clearly it's working. But maybe they didn't, okay? Maybe they just liked my article, you guys. It's an interesting article, jeez. I mean, it's like I already made a whole video about Medium. I already gave them the promo. I didn't like know anyone at Medium. They didn't like tell me, like, I don't like have
Basically what I'm trying to say is sure, maybe it helped, but maybe it didn't. There's no way to really know for sure.
I think I just submitted it to the right publication. Maybe my YouTube channel came into play a bit, but still the article had to be about something interesting, right? Some people also thought that because I'm a YouTuber, I can just tell people to read my articles and I'll get a bunch of views and be successful on it right off the bat. And that's really not the case either.
So we can see in this article, it mostly had views off of Medium. So I think I tweeted this one or something like that. And it had 300 external views and it made a cent. Because, you know, if it's not a paying Medium member, you're really not gonna make anything.
So I didn't make any money by, you know, linking it in my YouTube channel. I just kind of did it so people could see it. So I had to work the system within Medium and try and build a whole new audience. I had to start from scratch, just like anyone else going on Medium.
I think it's important to remember from our first video, talking to Zuli and Casey, they both made quite a bit of money on Medium. They'd both been curated and they didn't have YouTube channels or anything like that. They were just writing good, interesting articles. So I think it's possible for anyone to be curated if you're consistent and you write, you know, good, interesting articles.
People are curated every day. Every day, dozens of people are curated. And, you know, I don't think really any of them are YouTubers. Now that we got that out of the way, I have just a few things that I learned from this whole process that I think if you're gonna try this whole Medium thing, you need to know. So first things first, you're gonna wanna make sure that you submit your article to a publication.
Just a quick search on Google and you'll be able to find publications that are accepting submissions.
This way your article gets views from actual Medium members. If you're getting views from random people that aren't paying Medium members, you're not really gonna make anything at all. Next, and this is actually pretty obvious, and it's to read the guidelines that each publication has. If you're submitting to a bunch of publications and not really hearing back, you might just be doing something very small that they don't like. I can see with the Startup and 1.0, they both have submission guidelines, so definitely read those so you have an actual shot of getting into a publication. And my last thing that you just need to remember is my God, just be patient. Remember, after a week, I had made 4 cents. It really took 3 weeks for things to start happening. I fully expected it to take even longer than that. I think I got lucky that I got curated so quickly. If you're not getting that much traction at first, that's normal. I wasn't either. I don't probably think anyone does. So that's just something to keep in mind if you do try this, just give it time. And now that I think about it, that pretty much applies to anything that you try in your life. Okay, so that is it for this video. Hope that you guys enjoyed. Follow me on Medium because I'm probably gonna keep posting. I didn't for a while just because writing is like daunting. It's so formal that I'm like, oh, I don't know. Sometimes it's just hard to get started, but then once you're going, it's fine. Also, you guys should totally go subscribe to the podcast if you're a podcast person. Okay, that is it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.